Okay, so this slide summarizes the the historical mineral resources at Campamento. Of course, these were done for a previous operator. The combined mineral resources were previously reported at a 0.5 gram a ton cutoff, and this gave about 1.7 million ounces of gold. So the first obvious opportunity here is to update the resource for a more appropriate cutoff, which at the current gold price would likely be around 0.3 grams a ton. So just to kind of get a handle on what that might look like, various cutoff scenarios were run in that historical estimate, and that's shown in the tables on the right. And this suggests that at a 0.3 gram a ton cutoff, the combined gold resource could be over 2 million ounces. Then in terms of the models, it's difficult to illustrate well in two dimensions, as always, but what we're showing here is the mineralization shell in green that was modeled around the positive intercepts. So the mineral resources were assigned to material inside those green shells. And if you look at the plan map, you can see that there's definitely some infill drilling to do. And then also to remember that the previous drilling was done in a very different gold price environment. And at these current prices, there's definitely scope to follow up and expand the mineralization footprint to the northeast and to the southwest, and potentially with depth too. So with that in mind, we've commissioned a study by Understood Mineral Resources. They're going to look at the historical data and reports to identify any scope for resource expansion. And then the main outcome from the study will be a recommendation on scope and work necessary to update the project technical report and bring these resources into our portfolio as current resources. So this should be relatively straightforward. The project data are all in good shape. All the drilling and sampling on the project was done in the late 2000s with proper QA/QC protocols, and all of the projects, importantly, all of the project drill core is currently stored and available in a warehouse close to site. So the remaining half split core is available for all holes for review and resampling. So that also applies to the Cerro Lamino. If we can jump onto the next slide. So Cerro Lamino is a breccia pipe with copper gold mineralization that was discovered early on in the project history, and by the time the project kind of went into holding, there was over 30,000 meters of core drilled into it. And that work didn't ever result in the classification of a mineral resource because everything kind of stopped on the project. But this is another thing that Understood Mineral Resources will be looking at. There's a higher grade core here which is close to surface, and the drill spacing should be more than sufficient to be able to classify some inferred mineral resources for scoping studies. And there's also clear opportunity here to infill on the current coverage. And if you look at the schematic cartoon here, the entire body is interpreted to be faulted and offset, and that northern portion of the offset body that's shown in green there has clearly not been adequately tested or delineated at all. So that's clearly a great exploration opportunity to try and pull some more resources in. I'll hand back to Dale here.